I is ready to announce the next players.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Ya hemos vuelto con estos unos contra unos y es que ahora tenemos un duelo muy pero que muy bueno. En el lado rojo, ayer se volvió loco y destrozó a su rival, el campeón mundial de la temporada 3, Impact. Y para el equipo hielo, a veces el amor duele, es ClearLove. Caballeros, tengan mucha suerte.
Now this one is going to be interesting for me because I feel like ClearLove is such a kind of plagued player. Even in the Lee Sin, like one for all match, he was kind of struggling, lagging behind. Isn't really known for his mechanics, but he's still here, you know, in the second round.
And he beat Bjergsen, right?
Yep.
Like, so this is
out of all
something,
people, yeah.
Yeah, it's something where these guys, even though there are differences, the differences are not big enough that if you make a mistake, the other person can't win, right? And Bjergsen did make that mistake. He capitalized on it. And going up against Impact, on paper, that should be a lot easier than Bjergsen was.
And it also kind of confirms there's this hypothesis that 1v1 is all about mechanics. But a single decision made at the right time will outweigh any mechanics to outplay it. You know, that is also why certain players that are seemingly weak are just much highly ranked in solo queue, for example. Because if you know what to do, you can put your opponent in a position where no mechanics can get him out of that.
Yeah, I actually think it's much more about intelligence within reason, right? If these two people, one person doesn't know how to click his buttons, obviously mechanics are going to matter. But, I mean, within this realm of possibility, it's much more about intelligence. Do you have the right build, the right strategy? Do you know when you will win the fight? And a lot of times, these guys don't, right? They don't have the experience. They're just here having some fun. And other people are taking it super, super serious. You know, we know Reckless has been grinding 1v1s. He wants to win this.
Yeah, and he has the training partner in Solas as well. ClearLove does a good thing here, though, banning the Yasuo. That is a super annoying champion to play if, like, that goes into the nitty-gritty of mechanics whenever you're playing with the Yasuo. Right now, they're hovering. Guys, remember, if you are just tuning in, there is a giant, massive screen next to these guys, so they can just glance up, see what the opponent actually has selected, and which runes and masteries he's running. They can also talk to each other in-game.
Yeah, and some of these players will agree to just play a mirror matchup, and they can be pretty fun. Varus versus Varus could be kind of interesting. It could also probably just come down to CS.
Can be boring.
Yeah.
They can't actually see runes and masteries. I'm wrong there, but they can see which summer spells rather that they're using.
And Impact, to talk a little bit about how he played yesterday, he actually played against Mouse, and he was actually able to tower dive Evolution as the Olaf, take him out with last possible swing before he died to it, and oh boy.
That'll be interesting.
Urgot!
I love Urgot, dude. I am so happy whenever an Urgot gets into the game. Takes me back to like the good old days. Champion is so fun to watch. However, I think we may have a similar conversation here about mana.
Yeah.
Ziggs is so mana efficient when it comes to pushing.
That's the thing, is it's like, great, you hit your E, you better get all those Qs off, or you're not going to do much. And Ziggs could just drop his satchel, wash away. That's so easy for him. You can jump yourself away, you can knock him away. And honestly, the biggest problem here for Urgot is range. Like, Ziggs never has to get in range of you. So Ziggs can go for CS wins, he can poke you out, try to force you into bad trades, bad positions.
There is still that Ghost on the side of ClearLove. I don't know if he changed it. We'll have to check once we get into game, because I feel like Ghost on Ziggs is a bit of a lost summoner.
Yeah, I mean, he had Ghost, he had Heal. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if he is going to actually stick with that, but...
Because the range is pretty... Once the E is applied, say, like, when do you want to pop Ghost? Only when E is kind of applied already. You're not going to Ghost out of a flying E anyways. At that point, it might be wiser to just walk up to him and exhaust him.
Yeah, I think, honestly, if he is going with those summoners, he's 100% just going for a CS win. Yeah. Like, he's basically just saying, I'm going to run away when you run towards me. I have heal to survive any all-in, and it is going to be exhaust barrier. So super defensive masteries makes more sense than that heal, I do think, and the Ghost. But still, I think it's the same principles that are going to apply here. I do think we're going to see ClearLove trying to stay back.
And we were researching ClearLove's runes earlier already, and we looked at the pages like, what the hell is this going to be? It's ability power galore, 26 in total, flat armor, but then attack speed out of nowhere on like a mage. It actually shows you that he's like, he was ready for Ziggs. This is the champion that he wanted to play. This isn't no reactionary pick here. Now look at his match history as well. No Ziggs game either, so he was hiding this pick very, very well. Showing some Rengar and some Eve in his like match histories. But he may have, I think he doesn't have masteries.
Oh no.
I think he legit forgot to build masteries. He has 0 pages active.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Oh, ClearLove.
That is unlucky.
That's unfortunate.
That is very unlucky. And ClearLove, you talked about his unfortunate streak. Well, apparently it continues. We'll see if it's going to come into play or not, if he's going to be able to make do without it. But obviously, not having masteries is a pretty insane disadvantage if we do have that right.
All right, let's see what he does then. Uphill battle if it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think going for CS win then becomes kind of more the only option, but it becomes much more difficult. You don't have a mono regen mastery. You don't have really much.
You don't have anything. No Tunnel Lords. There's no mana regen. There's no Green Farder's Gift, which is super strong on Ziggs, especially
on this map, right? Where you can non-stop just be jumping in and out. And it's the only mastery on that tier that's really going to do much for you. So
Impact actually had a quick glance at his runes. He's running mana regen on his blues. On 6 blues, 2.0 mana regen total. It's a page that some supports tend to use. He'll need it because, as you'll see right here, that trading pattern is going to be costing him quite some mana later on.
Yeah, I think that's actually really smart. And on these champions that have relatively low cost abilities like the Q and stuff, even just a couple of those mana regen blues can make an insane amount of difference.
All right, we just got confirmed he has Tunnel Lords.
Okay.
It was just a glitch in the system. Yep. Refresh the page. Thank God.
Okay.
He actually is running a page.
This is really good. Still, I'm a little bit interested to see that he is actually going to be going for Merciless instead of the mana regen talent. So he has 4 points in Merciless there. And look at that trade. But I just don't see you really winning the fight by killing the Urgot. So to me, you'd rather have the mana regen. You'd rather stay back, be able to have the additional wave clear. But there is an argument for both sides.
I mean, you need to keep some threat at least. You know, if at one point you can never fight back, if this guy overextends to the minion wave, you need to be able to punish him. He probably has good rally control anyways, and may just build more Dorans.
Yeah, so we will see if the mana does come into play, but still, obviously, there's arguments on both sides. I just think 4% extra damage under 40% HP is not worth being able to spam out a couple extra spells, right? You know, if you hit one extra spell, one extra satchel, that can be more than the difference there.
Yeah, definitely if it's kind of a death of 1,000 cuts. Really good connection here by
Impact. The Ignite!
Good barrier. Nicely timed, just not enough. That should be final tick. Yeah, ClearLove lives. But he loses the zone and the base timing, and he's already behind in CS.
If Impact had enough confidence, he actually maybe could have got that last auto in there, but it's really risky because the turret was there. He would have had to wait for the Ignite burn.
I think if he could play this again to Impact, he would have exhausted, so he could stay close enough to get that final auto. But remember, there is still that barrier that could have soaked more damage.
I think the tier is a little bit silly. I mean, yes, it does have that mana regen, but I'd rather honestly see build something else, like even like a Forbidden Idol or something random like that, just get a bit more mana regen that way, because this feels like this is something that is not going to be as useful right now. I'd rather see an extra Dorans, things like that.
It just gives you, good mana stats, though. Like, it allows you to do so much. If you need to like unload a full mana bar on the Ziggs, ClearLove has shown that he can't even be competitive in trades. Like the Ziggs counter damage is not big enough, and this is just Impact's wheelhouse. And the beauty of Urgot as well, that he can poke so much while freezing a wave. Because spells will not really draw the aggro for him.
See how it does work out. If he did just have 700 gold, I mean, there's not really a great buy that he could grab there, unless you want to go Doran's Longsword, Doran's Boots, something like that. Because Boots can be pretty effective. If you can get in range for the E, can be pretty big. And he's able to just keep landing.
He's going to go here with the slow from W.
ClearLove's in trouble.
ClearLove has to run.
He should exhaust him. Oh, okay.
So that's really important on Urgot. When you connect, you really want to get that slow applied from when you pop that W. Keep ClearLove in range. You are walking headfirst into Ziggs spells though. It's very easy for ClearLove to answer. And on level 6, there is more damage that comes out of ClearLove than Impact generates. He needs to kind of swap for the resistances as he sees the bomb coming. I think that's the correct play to do.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with that ultimate, it's flat damage reduction now. You know, it's a percentage damage reduction. That on top of the exhaust is going to nullify so much of the damage. And we have seen, it seems like, oh, this would never happen, but you could swap them into the turret. We've seen things like in the Smeb game, right, where we saw a pull onto the turret, end a game. The same thing can happen here if ClearLove kind of slips up even for a little bit. Or even if you can swap him into a cannon wave of yours, for example, and make him fight you there, the cannon retaliating could be the difference in a fight.
Yeah, definitely very important. But at this point, doesn't look like we're getting any fighting. Impact really just parking the wave in the middle of the map with a soft freeze. This will eventually push out, but it'll take a long time. And every time he gets close,
here he goes. He got 6 first.
That's an exhaust. Good satchel blocked out. Impact still whacking away here. Good Q connect. That should be it.
He needs one more Q. Oh! He got the barrier out though, thankfully enough. So ClearLove. Oh no! He walked back in. Oh! The E dot takes him him out as Impact wins again. And that was scary because if the poison didn't burn him down there, he might have been too close to the turret.
Yeah, he may have just kept on walking.
Yeah. Just run it down mid.
Run, Impact, run.
Yeah. But Impact comes up big again and with a non-traditional pick wins on the Urgot here.
ClearLove's not happy. He's like, this champion should be dealing more damage.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's champions that you don't always play against, you don't always see. Urgot definitely worked out very well. Impact was able to hit so many of his E's and constantly shoot out those Qs.
Yeah, and also, like, Urgot's passive, to my knowledge, did not get changed right. So he still has that innate damage reduction. He's one of the best 1v1 traders in the game because when he applies his passive, any damage ClearLove wants to retaliate is just awesome. Maybe ClearLove practiced all these trades on Ziggs and has a certain damage in mind, plays against Urgot, it's like, wait, this guy's really tanky all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because of the passive.
And once again, we talked about not respecting the ultimate. He was too close, right?
Yeah.
He's not kind of counting the minions. He's not really keeping in track. The fact that Impact had more XP, was ahead there. He hit 6 first, lands the ultimate, and then it's so hard for ClearLove to really win from that situation because Impact got on the right side of the satchel, so he can't satchel them away. As long as you stay with the Ziggs, he can't separate you.
Definitely. If it's double satchel, same direction, you're winning out. And that goes back to the way Impact played it earlier. Had a really couple strong pokes and zones, which got him a CS advantage in terms of solidifying the first base. But also, I think he denied a little bit of experience, which means if you hit level 6 first, you have kind of half a level of buffer combined with a frozen wave there. That's what he got from zoning so well in the early game, and that forced ClearLove to step up because he was getting denied much more XP. Every single minion that was dying got too close, just like you said, swapped, and then Satchel did not work out.
And Impact has been known for crushing in these 1v1s in the top lane. Obviously, most people, I think, are expecting the mid laners to be the ones who are smashing through